President, good morning.
Good morning, Madam.
Thank you for taking part in this exercise on Radio Burkina through the program Antenne Directe before collecting the first questions from listeners. Excellency, this is the first time that you have spoken directly to the whole of Burkina Faso through the airwaves of Radio Burkina. How do you feel about sharing this moment of direct dialogue with Burkina Faso?
Thank you very much. Good morning, dear parents, dear brothers and sisters, listeners of Radio Burkina. Thank you, Madam, for this opportunity that is once again given to us to be able to commune directly with the people. I think it is a real pleasure. And it is also a moment for me to be able to understand today, at the stage we are at, the current aspirations of the people, and to be able to readjust our program, if we can say so.
Barsalgo, the listeners would like to know how you experience this situation.
Okay. Thank you, Madam. I would say that this is really current. The issues of destabilization are current issues. Before we embark on this mission, I think that there are a certain number of risks that we must measure and accept to assume. And among these risks, there is the fact of not succeeding in the mission for which we came. So when we come, it is either it makes or breaks. Thank God we were able to succeed in the mission, to be able to imprint our vision of things on our country. After that, the other risk is to agree to abandon everything. We cannot, as a young person, be there at the top of the state and perhaps want to find myself under manguettes, eating rusumbala like the others. That is to say, agree to forget one's youth, agree to forget life, and devote oneself entirely to the homeland. One of the risks is this situation that we are experiencing, destabilization, because if you want to right the ship of such a country, you are bound to crack down. By cracking down, to right it, you create internal and external enemies. We must therefore expect this situation of destabilization, assassination, and everything, because we have affected the interests of many people. There is social inequality, there is corruption, there is poor management of public affairs. If we try to want to right all that, we are bound to affect the individual interests of certain people. These people very often are rich, have money, and use this to manipulate people who are often poorer than them, to turn them against us. That is internal. These same people do not hesitate to join forces with the imperialist forces that spend their time encouraging us to become poorer. Our thinking is these external forces. There are many countries today that we have under our backs, and we have no choice, we have to do it. If we want our homeland to be independent, if we want our sovereignty, if we want the Burkinabés to eat their fill, if we want our children to go to school without paying a franc, if we want malaria, which is one of the most widespread diseases in Burkina Faso, to be able to treat our population on certain words at 0 francs. These are some of the dreams that we have, but we will have to make many concessions. We will have to prevent certain powers from plundering us, and that creates many enemies. So, we are prepared for this situation. We experience them as normal, in fact. It does not shake us, it does not scare us. It still gives us the courage to move forward, because through these events, we know that the guideline that we have chosen is the best line for our homeland, for our people. We experience things like that. The plotters currently, we have spent 2 years raising awareness, talking, warning. People found that we were warning too much. But it was necessary so that the Burkinabés could see for themselves how far some Burkinabés can go against the homeland. If we had started to crack down in a certain way from the beginning, it is not obvious that you yourself will understand us. You will perhaps say, after a while, there may be misunderstanding. I think that Captain Thomas Sankara was misunderstood at one point. Perhaps because they started strong, But we had to let the people see, understand what these plotters are, communicate with the people through everything we have done. Today, I think that people have understood a lot.
The listener from Bopo Duraso would like to know what fate is reserved for these conspirators.
As we said, from this moment on, I will not go into details. Everyone will assume. If someone takes steps like that, they assume all the consequences. We will not advise anyone or warn anyone again.